Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Kenyon. Today we're on kind of a side quest. I'm actually garden sitting for a buddy of mine, and I'm also watching his dog, Monty. He's in the yard right now. We got over 1,000 seeds that we're gonna be trying to plant out, and then I also have some banana trees in my front yard, or in my backyard, that we're gonna try and bring here. We're actually on a college campus right now, if you guys can see over there. We got all the dorms and like all the rest of the buildings over there, and then this garden's like way off to the side. And this is actually the same school that I used to be custodian at. So first thing I'm gonna do is give you guys a little tour around. There's chickens over there. I'll show you guys them. I'm actually taking care of them as well. So let's go ahead and go. All right, guys, so in case you don't know, gardening is actually one of my #1 hobbies. I don't ever post about it on the channel, but ever since I was 3 years old, my grandpa and I were growing like veggies in the backyard, and it's just stuck with me ever since. I basically fill up all my family's properties with fruit trees and veggies, and I mainly only plant like things that produce food, something that I can actually eat. At my house, I have 18 fruit trees in the front yard, and then I have 30 in the backyard. And then at my grandma's house, I had over 100 trees, and then gophers came in, destroyed a bunch of stuff, and now I only have 60. It's all hooked up to an automated watering system and all that, so those just kind of like do their thing throughout the year. All right, guys, so really quickly, I just wanted to show you my food forest, or my mini food forest. There's only like 60 trees here. But yeah, I planted every single one of these trees. Most of them I started either from seed or from cutting, so they're finally starting to actually grow up and get fruit. I'll give you guys a really quick little tour. We got tons of pomegranate trees because they're super easy to take care of, don't require that much water, and I really like pomegranate. Right next to that, we got the tropic white guava. Behind here, we have a blood orange tree. There's a cherimoya tree right there. And this cherimoya tree I actually started from seed. And we have another one right here that's like barely growing. Peach tree, another really big pomegranate tree. That thing's growing like crazy fast. It's probably about 11 feet tall right now. We got a regular orange tree right there, and then right up here we have one of the massive avocado trees I started from seed. So this thing actually has fruit. Well, it's trying to bear fruit, but there's no pollinator for it, so the fruit just look like that. They're super tiny. It needs a pollinator to actually bear avocados. So I'll be putting in a pollinator for it probably next season. Right here is a red Baron peach tree. Oh, and this thing actually has a ton of peaches on it. So many peaches that the branch is actually like on the ground. So you guys can see this thing's pretty loaded. That's so random. I didn't expect to find this. And back here in this little corner, there's a mango tree. We got a Hass avocado tree way back there. All right, so I walked around. Here's the Hass avocado tree. This thing's absolutely loaded with fruit. I genuinely don't think it can support this many fruit. Most of them are probably gonna drop off. Look at that, every single branch is pretty much just loaded. And I really want to develop my own avocado variety, but it's gotta be better than the Hass, or as good as the Hass. Doesn't have to be better, but it takes forever because you have to wait for the seed to grow all the way from seedling, just like these guys. I've never actually tried the fruit off this tree, so hopefully it tastes good. Maybe it'll be better than the Hass. And then this is a loquat tree that's kind of just taking over this entire area. And then I'm gonna back up here. Right here we have another avocado tree that I started from seed, another pomegranate, and another avocado. I think the avocado trees are going on year 6. I'm not 100% sure, but they're not very old. Then over here, of course, we got another pomegranate. Then it opens up to a canyon side right here. We got a plum tree right here, and then right here is one of the most toxic plants that you can ever encounter, at least in California. It's called a castor bean. They look like that, and they produce these little seed pods that are extremely toxic. I try and chop this stuff down, but it grows back super fast. All right, so other than that, we just have tons more avocados and pomegranate trees just lining this whole area. Here's one that's new. This is a Pakistani mulberry tree. And then yeah, we have some more trees up the hill up there. I'm not going to show you guys that area, but yeah, that pretty much sums up my mini food forest that I have here. Everything's ran on drip irrigation, and in another year or two we should be getting mountains of food. This pomegranate tree is loaded, and I'm going to be really honest with you guys, this place probably won't exist in the next 5 or 10 years because the land value here is worth way more than what these trees are. And yeah, we're definitely gonna put like a giant house back there, so we'll enjoy these trees while we can. But yeah, that's it. Just wanted to show you guys the food forest. All right, so right now I'm gonna give you guys a tour of my friend Jason's garden, and this is actually the Biola University garden. And then we got a ton of work to do. They have a ton of empty seedling trays in the greenhouse over there. I'm gonna try and fill every single one of them up with seeds. I have a monstrous like stockpile of seeds. So yeah, hopefully we can get all that done. And then after that, or maybe in the middle of that, we're gonna go to my house, grab some banana trees, come back here, plant them in the garden somewhere. All right, guys, so we're gonna try and blow through this a little bit quickly because I don't have much time. So right over here, we have a bunch of grapevines. He's got three rows of trellises filled with grapevines. Right behind the cameraman here, we got some apple trees, pomegranate tree, peach tree, another peach tree. I actually know the varieties of these. I don't know if you guys want to hear them, that's why I'm not mentioning them. But this one is probably my favorite type of peach tree. It's called a red Baron tree, or a red Baron peach tree. Yeah, the flowers on these look super nice when they fruit out. I actually have one in my yard. I think he only plants dwarf trees in the garden because he doesn't want each tree getting like 30 feet tall or whatever. So this one actually has fruit on it right now, but I'm not gonna pick it. The birds actually got to some of it. You can see, oh, there's like beetles on it. Then he's got an apricot tree over here. And then I'm pretty sure these are sweet potatoes. Not 100% sure, but they're vining out like they are, so yeah. got sweet potato bed over there. Looks like he has squash over there. Or those also could be zucchini. And then he had like pole beans or something climbing those up there. This is a citrus tree. I think it's a lime tree, not too sure. Looks like he's got tomatoes and peppers in this bed right here. And then he's got some flowers, probably just like a cover crop. It's the middle of summer, just so you guys know, it's like late July. So hottest time of the year. You can see there's a ton of like empty space right here. So hopefully the seeds that we're putting in today are gonna go ahead and fill in all this. And then I'll show you guys the chickens right now. All right, so this is the chicken coop. They're probably gonna be really afraid of the camera. Yeah, they're all kind of like hitched back there, but chickens, come here. All right, so these guys are actually laying about an egg a day. I actually eat their eggs fresh. They're so good. Fresh chicken eggs are like 10 times better than store-bought chicken eggs. I actually used to have chickens. I just don't have time to keep up with them right now, but I'll definitely be getting more in the future. Once you have fresh chicken eggs, you'll never want to go back to store-bought. They legitimately taste so much better. I used to have 7 chickens. They were Buff Orpingtons. If any of you guys know like the different chicken varieties, they're the golden ones. And they got really big and they were super friendly because I used to take them to my shop and stuff. I ended up being a bit too busy to take care of them, so I gave them away to a farm, but we will be getting more chickens. Right here are all the seeds that we're gonna be planting today. There's actually more than this, but I don't think we're gonna need more than this. This entire bag is filled with seeds. And then in here is where we're actually gonna be planting the seeds. So this is the greenhouse. We got the seed trays over here, and then we got a whole nother section of them right here. I haven't counted them, but I'm pretty sure there's over 1,000. Pretty sure there's like well over 1,000. It's probably like 1,500, something like that. There's actually more down here, but we're not gonna touch any of those because that's just way too many. I don't know how much of these we're actually gonna be able to get planted in one day, just because it's already the afternoon. We're gonna try our best to fill all of them up. We got our soil right down here. That's what we're gonna be filling all the seeds in with. And then yesterday we were actually working on installing an automated misting system. That way all the seedlings can get watered automatically. We don't have to like keep watering them 2 or 3 times a day because it's super hot in here. So yeah, that's what this is. We have it hooked up to this automatic timer down here. Timer works, everything sprays. We just have to angle the nozzles correctly. That way everything gets misted right. And yeah, that pretty much sums up everything in here. Let me take you guys. Don't fall, James, don't fall. You good? Yeah. All right. And then right here, he's got some bamboo growing. Got some hay bales over here. Then if you look that way, there's a parking structure and dorms. I actually used to clean those dorms. All right guys, so we got Monty right here. I forget what breed he is. I think he's a mix between a golden doodle and something else. He's such a cool dog. I actually used to have an Australian Shepherd. She just passed away like a couple months ago. All right, Monty's gonna be helping us. He came in the greenhouse. All right, so for this whole side, I actually was emptying these out yesterday. And then these ones over here aren't fully emptied, so that's what I'm gonna be doing right now. And then once they're all empty, I'm gonna go ahead, throw some water into the seed starting mix. Then we're gonna go ahead and fill up all the seed trays and then get all the seeds planted. Let's do it. All right, that looks good. Our seed starter mix is ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and start filling up these trays and then we'll get the seeds in. I'm gonna try and push these together as close as possible and then I'm just gonna like dump it on top. See if this works, we'll give it a shot. I like it, we'll go with it. I'm gonna swap the camera to a tripod just so you guys know, so it's gonna be stationary. I'll go ahead and give you guys a close up of all the seeds. All right, so we got the seed trays for one side completely filled up. We still have this whole other side right here, but it only took like 15 minutes to do. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this side now. All right guys, so all the seed trays are filled up, ready to go. We also poked a little hole into each one. That way we can throw the seed in and we can cover it up quickly. I did the math on all of these and there's 576 trays on this side and also the exact same number on this side. We have over 1,100 seeds that we're about to put in. I actually thought there was more than that. I thought that was like 1,500, but now we're moving on to the most time consuming part. We're gonna be putting all the seeds in each little hole. I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out right now and then we'll get to the bananas. All right guys, so I just finished filling up all of the trays with seeds. Give you guys a quick rundown of what we got here. And then over here on this side, that's what we got. And we kind of started this late in the day, so we're losing sunlight. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the banana trees before I get those covered with soil and then before I label them, because I could do that later on tonight when the sun goes down. But we need the sun for the banana trees. And they're gonna get planted right behind me there. Gotta grab my shovel, let's go. All right. We're heading back to my house right now. This thing doesn't have a backup camera, but it's okay. We'll survive. All right guys, so we got the banana trees. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 of them. And yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and take them in the garden and then start planting them. All right, we'll put them here for now. All right guys, so we got all 5 banana trees near the spot we're gonna put them in. I don't think this one's gonna survive because where we cut it, there wasn't that many roots. Genuinely do think that these will grow pretty quick. So I might just chop down the whole thing and let it grow back from the ground up. But yeah, I'm gonna start digging the holes. I already dug 2 earlier, so we have some already there. Let me grab the shovel, which is in the car. I think it's in the car. I'm gonna get it an Instagram video. Follow me on Instagram at kenyonken. All right, this artichoke plant is coming out. I'm gonna put the biggest one right here. Okay, this dirt is super hard. All right, so that one's ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the biggest one in. Hopefully the hole's deep enough to where it doesn't like topple over, but we'll find out right now. There we go. All of these leaves right here are gonna get cut off. That way it doesn't have to use as much water. The roots can like chill out a little bit, focus on one leaf at a time. I'm gonna go ahead and backfill this. Do this one next, go right there. This one's gonna go right here. All right guys, we just finished up putting the last one in. I gotta water them, and if you don't know anything about bananas, literally just give them water and they'll be happy. Now we're just gonna trim off the leaves that are hanging down. All right guys, so we got the banana trees in. We trimmed them up a bit. They'll look a lot nicer in like 2 weeks when all the leaves grow back. All right guys, so here's a quick little update for you. It's been a couple of days. The seeds have already started germinating. It's only been, I think, like 2 days. Let me show you guys what they look like. Here's the result of planting all of our seeds. Almost everything on this side is germinated. We haven't had any peppers germinate, which is normal because they take at least a week usually. On this side, we unfortunately had some critters get into like all the pumpkins, the squash, pretty much any of the seeds that had a shell on them. So for this side, we're just gonna kind of call it quits because we don't really need any more plants than what we already have. All the beans, they're slowly starting to come up. You can see the little shoots right there. And I'm also gonna collect the chicken eggs while I'm over here. You can see we got 4. There should be 6 because there's 6 in there and it's summertime, so they should be laying about 1 a day. We'll take 4 for now. Which one of you isn't laying unacceptable chickens? I'm just kidding. By the way, that's a Buff Orpington. That's what my old chickens used to look like. They all used to be that golden color and they get pretty big in size. Why you look at me like that? You can totally just see these things as mini raptors. Check this out. I learned Little Mermaid on xylophone. I know this is really random. I'm also working on a piano song. Hello?
Hello, your bank account has been leaked. Please give us your account number.
Oh, well, my caller ID says James Cam.
That is not done. Yeah, I can do Chinese accent.
You sure can. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This is just a random project I'm working on right now. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. My name is Kenyon. Catch you guys on the next video. Peace.